For almost 10 years, one question haunted American intelligence. Where was Osama bin Laden? After the attacks of September 11, 2001, the man behind Al-Qaeda's most devastating attack had vanished. He was somewhere beyond the reach of the United States, moving through a world built on secrecy, trusted messengers, and silence. But the CIA did not stop looking. The hunt would become one of the longest intelligence searches in modern history. And strangely, the trail did not begin with a satellite photograph or a secret phone call. It began with a name nobody could fully identify. Somewhere behind those walls, a man who had escaped the world's largest manhunt was living a quiet life with his family nearby. After 9/11, intelligence officers started collecting information about people connected to bin Laden. One detail kept appearing. He relied on couriers. He avoided normal communications, and messages were carried by trusted men instead. Years passed before analysts learned more about one important courier. They knew his operational nickname, or kunya. But knowing a nickname was not the same as knowing where the man was. Then, slowly, pieces began to fit. By 2010, intelligence linked the courier to a compound in Abbottabad, Pakistan, about 35 miles from Islamabad. From the outside, the place looked unusual. High walls, barbed wire, double gates, windows that hid what was inside, no obvious internet or telephone connection, and perhaps strangest of all, the residents burned their garbage instead of putting it out for collection. The house was also far larger than the apparent income of its registered owners suggested. For investigators, none of these details proved that bin Laden was inside, but together they raised a terrifying possibility. Could the world's most wanted man be hiding there? Inside the CIA, analysts studied the compound from every angle. They compared intelligence, watched patterns, and tested competing explanations. The question was not simply, could bin Laden be there? It was, how sure are we? Because one mistake could mean killing innocent people, missing bin Laden, or starting a crisis with Pakistan. President Barack Obama was briefed repeatedly as the intelligence picture developed. The CIA and other intelligence agencies worked toward a conclusion, but even then there was no absolute certainty. In the end, the president had to make a decision based on probabilities, not perfect knowledge. On April 29, 2011, Obama authorized the operation. The target was a quiet compound in Abbottabad. Before the raid, American forces trained using a life-size replica of the compound. Walls could be moved, rooms could be studied. The team rehearsed for the possibility that reality would not match the intelligence. Then came May 2, 2011 in Pakistan. Helicopters crossed the night toward Abbottabad. One helicopter crashed inside the compound. For a moment, the mission could have collapsed. It didn't. The assault continued. The team moved through the compound floor by floor. Bin Laden was found on the 3rd floor and killed. The entire raid unfolded in minutes, but the mission was not only about the man. The team also collected a huge amount of material from the compound: documents, digital files, and other intelligence. Later analysis showed that bin Laden had remained involved in Al-Qaeda's leadership while hiding. His final hideout had not been the end of the story. It was the answer to a question that had consumed American intelligence for nearly a decade. On the night of May 1st in the United States, President Obama addressed the world. The hunt was over. But the story leaves behind something deeper than the image of helicopters disappearing into the darkness. For 10 years, the search depended on patience. One fragment of information, one courier, one suspicious compound, one decision at a time. There was no single magical clue. There was a chain. And sometimes, in the world of intelligence, a chain of small truths can lead to the biggest discovery of all. Operation Neptune Spear became the final chapter of a decade-long hunt. And the most chilling part? For years, bin Laden had been hiding in plain sight, inside a compound not far from Pakistan's capital. Subscribe for more real stories, hidden investigations, and documentary mysteries from around the world.